Hello, this is George, and I got 2 emails supposedly, I don't believe for a minute, saying it's impossible for the bed to deflate to throw me on the here the day we got the bed. The first night we slept in on a Monday night, she stayed over, and it deflated with both of us on the bed. Then it deflated again the next morning while she was sitting on it. This particular bed, the Intex, INTX, don't buy it, has a history of hundreds of complaints. Its own, that it produces circles that deflate, that it deflates through the air pump. There's even a video where the guy caulks the air pump shut and the valve, and somehow manages to turn the switch on. He painted it orange so it wouldn't deflate. I was asleep on the right side of the bed. I sleep on the right side of the bed at about 12:30 at night, and suddenly I'm propelled violently onto the floor. And the thing is like inches high, 20 inches high, I don't know. I'd have to look at the box. And the box for the other airbed is there across me, and I land on my tailbone or my hip bone or whatever it is where my right buttock is. My calf muscle gets strained or torn or whatever, and I'm lying on my knees, and a piece of plastic went in my knees, and I can't show it to you, but there are 2 scars on my knees where the thing dug into my knee, and I'm on tile for 20 minutes. And this isn't the first time I've been thrown to the ground. Last year in August, when I had no tip on my cane, I stepped onto the curb at the transit center in Walnut Creek and went flying. Then a hospital worker came in, adjusted the bed after I told her not to, and crushed me in the bed. That took from August till November or December to walk properly. Then the bus driver in December on New Year's Eve throws me violently off the on the brakes. Then the other bed didn't throw me to the ground. I deflate the Intex because no matter how many times I inflated it, it kept sagging, even when I wasn't on it, when I was just sitting on the edge, and then it would lose all the air. And I would watch it lose all the air as I'm not even sitting on it. The new bed inflated one afternoon. Kathy was here on a Monday, I think. I can't remember right now. And the next day, it deflated while we were on the bed in the morning, and then deflated again. So I got 2 airbeds that are no good. And then someone wrote me a comment that I used the F-bomb. Well, when I get fed up, there's times only the F-bomb will work. I'm tired of being criticized on my own channel from people I don't know, claim to be my fans, and then cry and whine and bitch. And the person wrote me in Dallas, asked do I water bed at one time. It was $700. It was a waveless water bed. But I don't have that now, and that store that sold it's long gone. I think there's only one waterbed store in the whole country left. The waterbed craze is over. And I can't have a waterbed in this apartment. I told that person that. But I get constant emails. When are you going to do another video? When are you going to do another video? When are you going to do another video? I'm lying on the floor, people, on pillows. Hold on. Oh, I don't know if you can. That's what I'm lying on. There's my bed. There's the airbed, the other airbed that has to be taken on the lawn, deflated. And every time I lie down, whoops, what the hell was that? Hello, Billy Silly. Welcome. Every time I lie down, I have to take the cane. I have this cane here. Where's the other one? And then this one that Patty gave me, which is stuck behind the vacuum cleaner. Oh, I forgot the concussion, which may be in bed for a week after we got rid of the sofa bed. So then you go, they say that this person calls me a fat slob, says my teeth are grungy, and tells me to go F myself. Someone I never heard of tells me to go F myself. I'm not alive anymore. I'm not Help. I'm not on because I'm injured. This calf muscle, the right calf muscle, between underneath my kneecap, has been in pain since that airbed deflated 2 or 3 Saturdays ago. I have an ear infection that was caused by the concussion that hit me here and here. That happened 2 days after the soap bed came down. We had an earthquake hit this building. Stops the pain. I'm taking Motrin. They're not doing any good. It's icing, putting a big ice pack on this ankle because the plumbers came in and disrupted my whole kitchen. I haven't even thrown anything out yet, which I got to throw out. I went to feed the cats. Kids downstairs are chasing little girl. I told them, do not chase my cat or any cat. Leave the cats alone. Little kids love to chase cats. I terrified the poor cats. So I have been in pain now, if you go back to the concussion, for well over a month. And I write people very nicely, I'm in pain, can't do videos now, or I'm busy helping Kathy, or I'm busy helping cleaning my apartment. When are you going to do another video? When I was cleaning my apartment, I didn't have time to do videos. And when I'm sitting on the chair, which I'm doing now, and Kathy, I'm talking to Kathy, I let this scream of pain coming from my calf. She didn't even ask what's wrong anymore. She knows what's wrong. And this, my whole foot, this foot, I can't lift it. This foot is swollen right now because I don't have my blood pressure medication. I found one pill today and I took it. You're supposed to take one a day, but the foot and the ankle fill up with fluid because I've got edema. Now, I know I'm overweight. They always have to call me fat. Like, I suddenly, oh my God, I'm 69 years old. I wasn't fat when I went to bed last night. How the F did that happen? How did all this weight attach to me? In the air must absorb all the fat and attach it to my body. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. But they blame everything on my weight. And I'm sick and goddamn tired of it. I fell 15 years ago on BART and fractured the right kneecap. They never fixed it because UCSF is obsessed with sending you to physical therapy. I went to physical therapy. It does no good. And don't start arguing me saying it doesn't. It does, because it doesn't. Didn't do any good to my mother. Didn't do any good for Kathy. She has an injured back, too. She was born with it. And they didn't operate. They didn't operate my right rotator cuff, which they should have done. It's torn. And then this knee, the left knee, is now full of arthritis. And right now, when I have to get on and off the bed, on and off the floor actually, I have to use one or both canes to get up. This is the other cane that Patty gave me. I have to lean on the canes in the chair to get up. And I scream. And when I get down, I'm putting pressure on 2 bad knees, on the pillows, and the cushions are under. I don't have any kind of floor cushion. And part of the area I'm lying on bad is floor. Oh yeah, when the concussion hit me, it crunched my head, it crunched my neck, it crunched my lower back, it crunched my upper back. Something, I heard it go like I was in a trash compactor. And that's still hurting. That's been over a month ago. So that's why I'm not doing videos, folks. It's not to be mean. It's not to, I know my fans want to watch me, but, screw them. It's not a matter of that. I can't do videos when I'm in so much pain I can't get off the floor. And I got up Friday night, started going like this, and suddenly my body tilted like this to the left, and my leg was up in the air about this high off the floor. And I was going like, I'm going to fall because my right leg is off the floor. What am I going to do? And I didn't have the cane. I'm grabbing the sides of the walls, the shelves, and I made it to the bathroom. And then to come back, I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, I heard the stories. I think I'm too F-word up for the aliens to abduct me. Oh, no, we're not going to abduct him. He's got more. We're not getting any good tissue out of him. He's all messed up. The other thing that is weird, I wake up with strange cuts in my fingers and hands and arms that weren't there when I went to bed. I don't know how that's happening. Maybe it's the gruesome graves coming in and cutting me at the carpet knife. I don't know. But for someone I never heard of saying, I would have bought you a sofa, a waterbed. I don't want a waterbed. I can't have it in this apartment. Against a lot of leases, no waterbeds. We were living in a house. And we had a waveless $700 with oak headboard, oak liner, wonderful water. The heater off. In the wintertime, you turn the heater on, you're nice and warm, and there goes the cane. No, I don't have one of those buttons. I don't know if you realize this. When you fall, you don't have time to push any button. I've fallen and I can't get up. I'm falling and I'm heading for the floor. I'm falling and I'm heading for the concrete like at a transit center. I landed on my back and my bad knees, and my back went crunched in. And when they x-ray, there's no damage. Well, why does it hurt so damn much? But people who've never been injured, people who don't have a disability, don't understand this. No, we're not getting new Prius. I wish we were getting new Prius. If President, I don't know where I am, and Chuck Stuper, in that case Nancy, would get these two bills written. They haven't written a bill yet. Schumer says now, or Stuper, Chuck Stuper as I call him, says he'll get this first bill, the physical infrastructure bill, written and voted on in a week. I believe it when I see it. The second bill, they're putting all kinds of garbage in there. And one Republican, he's absolutely right, he said there's $40 billion for transit. They want to add another $30 billion for public transit. No one wants public transit. People want to drive their cars, except in California, where the state government wants to eliminate the internal combustion engine. Because they blame everything on global warming. And you should listen to a video I watched with Dennis Miller, who talks all about global warming and what a fraud it is. I didn't watch the Trump rally. Look, I have to take a big block of plastic ice, put it under the calf, put one on my ankle, and then, not a block, but a flexible ice pack, and then and that's how I'm able to lie down. And my freezer, to fill out the form for PG&E, arrange, I just had dinner, it's attacking me. Arrange for them to come out. I have to move the small bookcase, move all the bedding out of the way, clean the icebox out and the freezer, take everything off the top, take all the magnets off the front, take all my hooks off, there go my command hooks for all my bags. They'll take the old refrigerator with freezer. Now, in a perfect world, I'd have one with an ice maker. I'd have one with a side door to fit a lot more frozen food in. And it's going to be 90 Wednesday and Thursday this week. I'm going to die in here. 93. Well, I'm as upright as I'm going to get. Eric Swalwell is on the Intelligence Committee because the people in that are running Congress are not intelligent, which is a oxymoron or a contradiction in terms. In a properly run Congress, they would have kicked them off and voted them out of office. But because he's part of the party and probably knows where the one thing that Miller in this the Millennium video railed about is Joseph McCarthy. Well, Joseph McCarthy was right. A recent study that I read, they found actual communists in the State Department during the Eisenhower administration. They found them 50 years later, 40 or 50 years later, but they were in they were in that department and other government departments at the time. McCarthy was right. There were communists in the government, and the communists were a threat. That's how they had spies operating the Rosenbergs, Klaus Fuchs, and other people stealing our atomic secrets. That's how the Russians got the atomic bomb and then developed the H-bomb. They stole it from us. Well, how am I going to prove it? I mean, it's, if I'm not permanently injured, it'll be okay. If I'm permanently injured, then they'd say I didn't go to the hospital soon enough. So Monday I go into the ER. First to talk about my sinus infection, where I partly can't hear out of this ear. This ear's infected, full of fluid, stabbing pain. I've got more vertigo than Jimmy Stewart in Vertigo. And the one that really got me is when I'm lying on the floor and I'm looking at the iPad, and the iPad starts doing, and I'm going like, I got squeezed my eyes together and went, what was that? So either my eyes, I don't know what, if my eyes completely went nuts, my optic nerve, or whatever it was. Well, Kennedy remember Kennedy had a German woman he was seeing in before or just the beginning of the war, and they got rid of her and told him basically, you can't see this woman, she's a Nazi spy. So we've had this sort of thing happen before. It's not the first time. Oh. Basically, my whole right leg is hurting. And I blocked the Intex, or the supposed Intex thing with the 800 number. It's impossible for the entire airbed to deflate. It's supposed to deflate gradually. Well, Kathy's a witness. We were both asleep on the airbed, and it started to sag on both sides. And luckily, we were able to get off in time before it threw us both to the floor. And that was the first night that she and I slept in the bed together, the Intex airbed. And there are hundreds of cases out there where the airbed deflates on its own. Completely deflates. Not a little bit, a little tiny bit, but where it's deflating like 1 or 2 levels, and it's just sinking like worse than a Titanic or Lusitania. Kennedy was about to have United States notes printed up. He was about to eliminate the Fed. He was going to start trading UFO information with the Russians. He was going to have a joint Russian-U.S. space program to go to the moon to find out what the hell was there. On the moon, find out what was on the other side of the moon. Alien bases on the moon. And he was going to pull us out of Vietnam. No, she didn't say any star-rated words. She just said, what the hell is that? And got off the bed. She's much quicker than I was, because when she got off, the bed sagged and I got trapped inside the bed, because just like the bed over here, behind me, don't do that, George. That was my back. That sagged in the middle and caught me in the middle twice. I inflated it, it deflated again. So something wrong with that one. That goes back to Amazon. Kennedy was about, and remember, there's something else. He fired John McCone, the CIA director, for giving him bad information. I think Kennedy should have supported the Bay of Pigs invasion, would have overthrown Fidel. But he fired him, and then when he got assassinated, who did LBJ point to the Warren Commission with the man just fired by JFK? The fix, like so many other commissions we've seen, and Angleton and other people involved in Watergate were in. Nixon could not remember where he was, and neither could George Herbert Walker Bush. So somebody conspired to kill Kennedy, and his name was not Lee Harvey Oswald. Because Oswald was in the second floor lunchroom having a sandwich, eating and drinking at the time of the assassination. Well, we don't know who was in charge of Jack Ruby. I cannot remember what Melvin Belli, my mother and my attorney, told me about Jack Ruby. It's too much post-traumatic shock syndrome, too much stress. I wish I could, but he talked about Jack Ruby to me in his office. Jack Ruby may have been hypnotized. Go out and kill this man. Here's the gun. At the time. But he did have mob connections for a long time. They don't cover that up. Public knowledge. Everybody knows he was Jewish. And there's another thing. Oswald was hooked up with David Ferry in New Orleans and was being paid by the CIA. There was a CIA front office, and if I remember correctly, the 5th floor of the office building where Oswald was giving out leaflets, Fair Play for Cuba Committee. So, get infected. It's post-traumatic stress syndrome. Memories. I'm sorry you have toxic shock syndrome, but that's usually from women having to do like that, as far as I can recall. So anyway, no. Vietnam, 1970. I was going to go in the Air Force. I should have gone. I would have had a commission. I probably would have stayed in until I retired and had a pension today, and I'd be a lot better off. So anyway, and I have yet to do the special video about the special Amazon mystery box video. I'll probably do that after I find out what the hell is wrong with me with it. I'm screaming in pain. This leg is really, the foot is really hurting. I have to go get new blood pressure medication, and that will be on Monday. It'll cost me $10 for a new bottle. I'll hope to maybe, when I clear out slowly clear out all the mess they left me. They took everything out of the sink, and they put everything, just piled it up, and they knocked everything on the floor. Oh, there goes the cheese. Oh, God damn it. Hold on, I don't know what happened there. What the hell was this? iPad just fell on the floor. What the hell is going on here? Sorry. That's not. That's a troll-like comment. You get a timeout. I don't appreciate that. What? Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Now it says I signed out of YouTube. Oh my God, I'm really to hate Google. Keeps asking me to verify it's me. What? Oh, God, just a minute. I've done this about 16 times now. Google is having a problem. Somebody apparently tried to hack my Gmail earlier in the week or last week. Just a minute. That's not it. Hold on. I've done this about maybe 12 times now, and it keeps, I think someone's trying to get into my account. I just changed it about 20 minutes ago. I have to bear with me. I got to do this crap. And how do I throw myself out of bed when I'm sound asleep? I have to end this one. I'm doing a call, so I'll be back on in a minute. I have to end this one. I'm doing a security call. I cannot have that recorded. Bye-bye.